Good morning, y'all, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever y'all are. And happy 4th of July for my American buddies. But this isn't the usual video I would make. Actually, it's my first video, uh, my first long form video on this channel. Um, and it's basically just going to be me telling y'all where I've been and spewing other random nonsense that pops into my brain. But So yeah, to start off, where have I been? If you've been watching my shorts, which you might be, I don't know. Um, but if you haven't watched my shorts, you probably would have noticed that I don't post very often, and I haven't posted in about 2 months, and I want to fix that. So that's what I'm here to do today. Um, Basically, I started this channel sometime late 2025, so last year, and I was determined to make videos. I was excited to make them because my dream has always been to not necessarily make videos, but my current dream right now, is to become a filmmaker. So I was thinking this would kind of start me off and get me started on that path. But shortly after starting my channel, I got really, what's the word? I guess I just lost my motivation. And, all that determination I had before, I lost it. And, that's fair. I don't really judge myself for that because last year was hard. I lost a lot of people that I cared about, and, that affected how I lived. And now today, uh, I'm a lazy bum. You know, all I do is like scroll YouTube Shorts and watch YouTube videos, and I watch all these YouTube videos about motivation and becoming motivated, and then I don't do anything about it. So here I am making this video because I've been putting it off, and not to mention I've also been really sick lately, so I haven't been able to make videos. And so yeah, that's where I've been. Oh, another thing is I haven't lost my motivation to make videos. I've had a lot of ideas for videos, and I've tried making videos. None of them really came out right. The main problem was that I basically lost all my motivation to work out, and I just started. Uh, what's the word? My brain goes blank so many times. But basically, I was. Golly, what is the word? Uh, when you don't want to do something, you're like not stalling, not putting it off. All right, well, basically, I was putting off working out because it sounded like a lot of work. And, working out is one of my passions. I love it. And I started when I was like 11 or 12. And, I fell in love immediately. It gave me a sense of, I was doing something bigger than myself. And I was really starting to improve myself. And I was also really insecure at the time when I was like 11 or 12. So, because I was really skinny, right? So when I started seeing progress and gaining weight, I I was feeling better about myself and just overall like a better person. And I feel like that whenever I'm working out. So it it helps a lot in my life. But basically I haven't been doing that, and I've just been sitting around and being a couch potato. And being sick for a month did not help at all because that's the only thing I can do all day is sit around on my butt and watch YouTube. Um, so it was rough, but I made a promise to myself that as soon as I started feeling better, I was gonna make this video, and I was gonna lock in, and I'm gonna turn my life around and make a change for the better. And that's basically what I'm making this video for, is to hold myself to my word and tell y'all, what's going to be happening, what I'm going to be doing, and what my goals are. Because I had a lot of goals, and I think I set some of them too high last time. So I'm going to work on that. But so yeah, let's get to that. Before I fell off, my goals were to hit 225 on bench, to send a V7 in bouldering, and to bulk up to 160 pounds at least. And those are still my goals. I'm gonna adjust them a little bit because I've had a lot of time off, and I'm not really at that point anymore. But I would still like to hit a V7, but I'm gonna hit a goal to hit at least a V6, because I'm probably at like a V4 at this point. I haven't been climbing in so long. My skills are way down. So, I'm going to set a goal that I can actually achieve. So that's the first one, V6 in bouldering. Then my next goal is still going to be to bulk up to 160, because I think that's pretty achievable. Obviously, I never achieved it, but the problem is I've also been cutting out sugar, so I can't like dirty bulk anymore. But yeah, so that's my second goal, bulk up to 160. And by the way, I've got a plan for all of these. I'm not just saying this. I've actually got a plan, and I'm actually gonna like meal prep and all that, so I get my protein and calorie intake. And then my third goal is 225 on bench. No, sorry, that was my old goal. My new goal is 200 on bench, because my old goal was 225, and I did actually eventually hit 200. But like I said, I've lost a lot of weight and strength from being sick and just not working out for months on end. So my new goal is to re-hit 200 on bench, and I think that's achievable. I'm going to try to achieve it. I'm setting a deadline for myself. I'm going to achieve it by the end of this year, and I'm going to hold myself to that. And so are y'all. If y'all watch my videos, please hold me to that. In the comments, whatever you want to do. I will hit 200 on bench by the end of the year. I will be 160, at least 160. If I bulk over, it's not a problem. But at least 160, and I'm gonna I'm gonna send a V6 in bouldering. So those are my main goals right now. I've also got, if you've watched my shorts, and if you haven't, go watch them. I think they're pretty good, personally. But if you have watched my shorts, then you would have seen, I was trying to get a handstand push-up, which I did actually achieve somehow. Miraculously, I did achieve that, but I did not get it on recording. And I haven't been able to achieve it since. So I'm going to try for that again. I'm going to be practicing my handstand push-ups every day, along with doing 100 push-ups every day and 100 tricep push-ups, because, and by the way, by tricep push-ups, I mean diamond push-ups, because even though they hurt like heck, I love them, and they do magical things to your triceps. So I'm going to be doing those. And another thing is, as somebody who does calisthenics and rock climbing, I don't get a lot of time to work out my legs. So at the moment, they're kind of looking like chicken legs. So I'm going to work on that too. I actually made a challenge with my friend where I'm going to work out my legs every single day, and he's going to work out his arms every single day, and we're going to see who can gain the most mass in their assigned muscle group within like 3 months. And I haven't figured out a prize for the winner of that, but if you're watching this and you have an idea for a prize and you want to see that journey, please put that down in the comments. Put your suggestions down in the comments, And, if you have any motivational tips for me, put those down in the comments too, because I would love to hear them. Because, I'm really determined to do this and to achieve these goals that I've set. And if you've gone through a similar thing and you have any suggestions for me or motivational quotes or tips or anything like that, put them down in the comments. And yeah, I would love that. Um, and another thing about this is, I know a lot of people who are going through the same thing as me right now. They lack motivation and they're just in a rough spot. Um, so I'm hoping that maybe sharing my journey, will be able to help others who want to start their own journey. You know, that's basically all I've got to say. Sorry, this has been kind of a long video of me just yapping, but if you've stayed around for the full 11 minutes or 11 or 12 minutes, however long this comes out to be, thank you. Feel free to subscribe and tune in for the rest of my journey. Happy 4th of July, y'all.